Welcome back to 23 Minute Reads with me, Maya D. This is kind of like a vlog. It's a virtual book club because in these few minutes, I share with you my takeaways from my current book. This is my 10th book, and it is Giving Life to Movement. Back at the beginning of 2022, I decided to ask myself a question. How many books can you read by the end of 2023? And I offer that question because the only thing constant in life is change. And I wanted a way to nurture myself, to give myself some comfort through that change. But I'm an educator and I need to stay present in the ever-changing world. So reading has become my investment into myself, my way of showing love to myself and providing myself some consistency in an ever-changing world. Well, this week I read pages 145 through the end. And for some of you who have been with me, you're probably like, where you been? And to be honest, I've been here. I just haven't been on the camera. There's a large section of the book that is movement sequences. And I needed time to digest that because dance, if you know, and for some of you who don't know, dance has, I'm putting words to the thing that your body already knows, which is always kind of odd. But dance has this wonderful ability to share ideas and concepts. And some of those things don't always have words. Like, how do you describe that feeling of when you stomp? Right? Did you stomp because there was this emotional buildup, this energetic buildup inside of your body, and it manifests as that movement, right? So there are some things that just don't have words. So as I was reading, I needed to digest the movement sequences in order to craft words together that could describe my takeaways from that section. So I've still been reading every day. And now I'm ready to share those ideas with you. So here we go. Takeaway number 1 is discipline. Several times in the book, the author notes that this technique, this discipline has impacted aspects of her life outside of the dance floor. So as I was reading, I was reminded of dance, the dance floor specifically, as a microcosm for the larger world. And this idea that through learning a dance discipline, you're actually demonstrating a level of discipline. You're actually demonstrating discipline while learning the discipline. And that discipline allows you to push forward. Better yet, that discipline allows you to push through when times are not easy, because you're then able to kind of go into yourself and pull on that muscle memory, to pull on to, like, even if it's simple as something, did I say that correctly? Something as simple as remembering push-ups and how you felt like you couldn't get past that certain number and what it felt like in your body, but then remembering that you went through it and using that visceral memory to get through a challenging time outside of the dance floor. You're able to look into your past and pull from that past and able to, getting stuck on my words, see? This is why I like dancing. You're able to look into your past and push forward. A little bit of Sankofa right there for you. Takeaway number 2 is value. If dance is an extension of a culture, of a community, then an observant and knowledgeable person can see in the dance where that community places its values. What does this community value? What kind of shapes, what kind of colors, what kind of movements? Where do they place their value? In the beginning of the book, we learn about the history of the technique, what was going on in society around the development of the technique. We also learn that it draws on inspiration from Orisha archetypes. Now, I'm a layperson, so If you have any additional wisdom that you're able to share that is respectful, or like appropriate, I guess would be a better word to share, please feel free to drop it in the comments below so that we all are learning and growing stronger. So my very layman understanding is that the Orisha are divine forces of nature, so found in nature, right, around us, found in nature, but are also present through our body. And therefore, this knowing, this type of wisdom is embedded into Sylvester technique. As I was reading this, I was thinking about not just within Sylvester technique, but in dance forms that are practiced in the studio. As a technique is danced in the studio, it has the potential to lose its connection to nature and the dynamic complexities found in nature. But here's a quote, from Sandra Orlena and Oriana. Help me out if you know Sandra. Here's a quote. Dancing in nature was an invitation to release some of the rigid linearity of the technique and explore the more primal, intuitive, nonlinear aspects of movement, end quote. These words are pulled from an interview between Sandra and Tamara and are in reference to the body in nature training, so a section of the Sylvester technique training. Dance training not only celebrates life, but it prepares us to actually live life. It prepares us to live life. Life is not always a straight line. So why should dance only value straight lines? If dance is a mirror of society/community and a tool that helps us to navigate society, we need to practice and value the curves. And the body and nature training seems to be an immersive, accelerated experience that allows the dancer to do just that. Value the curves. Takeaway number 3 is potentiality. Here's a quote from the creator of Sylvester technique, Rosangela Silvestre. Quote, "If you think minimal, you will dance minimal," end quote. This quote resonated with me because while I believe that the dance floor is a microcosm of the larger world, I also believe that while in movement, a dancer is sharing with you their history, some of their thoughts, some of their ideas. Tamara offers us these words, and I quote, "Rosangela explains that one's true potentiality can be reached if the person learns to unlock predetermined limitations of their mind," end quote. Wow. So looking beyond the movement, understanding the symbology, internalizing the concepts unlocks potentiality. Internalization unlocks potentiality and encourages self-actualization. Wow. Okay, so you're going to hear the nature around me. I live in the city, so, let's just keep going. But what are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments below, but also drop some books. Do you have any book suggestions? Drop them in the comments below. Thank you for staying to the end. Remember to like, to share, to subscribe, and to come back for our next book. Stay blessed, spread a good word, and I'll see you soon.